Welcome to That's Good for Footy.
Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it all for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it all for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. And this is what you pray for, every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Welcome along to the Mulgrave Country Club. Welcome along to That's Good for Footy. That's wonderful. St Kilda night. I got to tell you, I was just out the back and I'm having a chat with both the boys in the green room. Like, I just wanted to sit down and go, oh, let's just pull up a seat, you know, because you can just talk to these guys for ages. Well, they're going to come out here now and we're going to do it for an hour and a half and it's going to go like that. So make the most of it while you can. So I'd just like to say welcome to That's Good for Footy, the only family-friendly, live and interactive footy panel show. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. It's for the passionate supporters, and I'm guessing that's you lot. So let's get stuck in. It is St Kilda show. It is August the 21st of 2024. Please welcome to the show our first panellist. He was born on the 19th of March 1999. He's played a total of 121 games and he's kicked 156 goals. He made his AFL debut in 2018. When he plays for the St Kilda Football Club, he wears the number 1 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Jack Higgins.
When the Saints go marching in, when the Saints go marching in, how I want to be in St Kilda, when the Saints go marching in.
There you go. Thank you very much, everyone. Did you all see that? He just pushed the door aside and went, me?
I've got bad hearing. I couldn't hear. I'm getting old.
Sandy's meant to push you out. Yeah, well done. Thanks, Sandy. Yeah, good stuff. Always a pleasure to have him. I've known the boy for a long time now and I always like to give him a call. I texted him the other day and I said, would you be interested in doing the St Kilda show? I've never seen a response come quicker. He was right into it, so thanks very much. Thanks, Jack. Great to have you here, mate. Tell me before we bring the other Jack out, how's everything in your life going, brother? How are you?
Yeah, so far so good. No health problems. Good health as well.
Yes.
Just the season and stuff. Not the best result we wanted, but we've played pretty good back end of the year. So hopefully we can win on Sunday and then bring it into next year.
Oh, no. We're going to talk at great length about that. I want to get stuck into that as the night goes on, and we will do that. Let's get our second panellist out here before Sandy does something out the back. Please welcome him to the show. He was born on the 12th of February 1995. He's played a total of 186 games, and he's kicked a total of 60 goals. He made his AFL debut in 2015. When he plays for the St Kilda Football Club, he wears the number 35 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Jack Sinclair.
When the Saints go marching in, when the Saints go marching in, how I want to be with St Kilda, when the Saints go marching in.
Well done. Thank you, everyone. Absolutely lovely. Jack, I just thought about this before. Your number 35, your namesake, Robert Harvey's birthday today.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, it's an exciting day. He was pretty keen to keep it low-key, but yeah, we all got around him, so he's happy.
I reckon that's great. Very interesting because every time I do a St Kilda show, there's some kind of connection in there. How's everything with you, mate? All good?
Yeah, all good, going
Cruising
well.
along?
Been a good past couple of months, and hopefully we can finish off well on the weekend.
Absolutely, that's what we're all going to find out about tonight. Let's get stuck in. We're going to do it in our first little segment, ladies and gentlemen. It is called What About Me? Now, I know you both love your footy, but what I want to do is find about your football journey to get here. Now, I know that you're an avid Saints supporter. I've seen the photos of you at Marvel Stadium when you were down there as a little tacker. But what I want to know about is, like, this is your job. Okay, you work as a professional footballer, you turn up every day, you train hard, you're diligent, you're focused and you know what you have to do. But I want to know about your first day turning up to Linden Street, down at St Kilda, all right? You're turning up there for the first day. You've been around the footy landscape at different levels, junior levels and obviously amateurs and so forth, but now you're stepping into a full-time role. This is a professional career. Tell us what the emotions were like for you both of you especially. I'm not trying to be singular here, but I know that because you barrack for the St Kilda Football Club, what was it like turning up on the first day? Were you early? Were you late? Did you know where to go? Who greeted you when you got there? Give us a little bit of insight.
Yeah, so it was always my dream to play for the Saints. I remember even when I was playing Richmond, I was like, I want to play for St Kilda one day, which is pretty cool. I ended up getting there when I was 21, and I always loved the Saints. I told the story the other week. When I was about 7 or 8, I always imagined someone pulling a hammy and they pulled out a random person out of the crowd and said, "You're in, mate." And me dominating. That's the way my brain works. But getting back to your question, I wasn't late in the first day, but I just sat outside of the thing because I didn't know how to get in and I didn't know where I had to go. So I just sat in the coffee and I went out the front and I was texting people. Because I was there really early, no one was there. It was bizarre. And I was like,
How early?
Oh, I think it was 7.
Okay.
And it was on the first day because all the old boys weren't back yet.
Yep.
And I was like, geez, did I get the arse before I got here?
Okay, so all that worked out. You get there a little bit early, but you're sitting there with nervous anticipation. Somebody turns up. Who greets you first?
The GOAT, Tony Brown. Dogger. He's a ripper. He played for the Saints. Yeah, 108 games, I think. 113. That and sort of just got walked around and introduced the boys. I was at Richmond before, so I sort of knew a lot of people playing against them, but didn't really know them on that personal level. And it was mad. I just remember walking in and even putting on the St Kilda Guernsey for the first time was a really special thing.
Save it because I'm going to ask that question very shortly. But I can imagine that. Tell us what it was like for you, Jack. Coming from the country, you've come down, you're getting involved at the St Kilda Football Club. You're obviously pretty excited to be there. Did you know where to go? Did you know where to park? Were you early? Were you late?
I think we were early, but it was out in Seaford, so it's a bit of a shit drive down, to be honest. But no, it was exciting. Yeah, I think Tony Brown, the player welfare manager, greeted us, and I was with my mum and stepdad, so that was like the introduction day, and some of the other draftees, Brent Payne, one of the other boys who got picked up in the rookie draft, so we were there together just getting a tour, and I saw Nick Rewald in the gym straight away. I was like, oh, okay, this is serious now, and don't know if he would have called me one of his teammates yet, but I was pretty excited.
Early or late?
Early, yeah.
Early,
always.
good. Yeah, all right. What was growing up for you like? Tell us a little bit about your family and your childhood, something we wouldn't automatically know if we were to look it up on Wikipedia. Tell us a little bit about your growing up. What was your family? Tell us about your family and what was growing up like for you.
Yeah, so it was just me, dad, mum. We just lived in Caulfield. Yep. All my life, and they still live there now. So it was cool. Always a massive footy family. We used to go to all the Saints home games and away games, not the state games though. It was massive St Kilda people. All my grandparents went for St Kilda.
Okay.
It was pretty much into footy since I was day dot.
Wow. Okay. What about you, Jack?
Yeah, I grew up in Kew East and Baldwin. I got 2 older sisters. One sister and my mum went for the Saints. My dad went for Carlton, and my other sister went for the Doggies because she liked dogs. Her and her friends from school. So, a bit of everything growing up. My stepdad went for the Hawks as well. So, a lot of different teams. But, I always wanted to play for the Saints because my grandfather did in the 50s. We always was playing footy, cricket and basketball. I was a good little basketball there for a while. And, cricketer as well, but eventually obviously footy worked out, and I was still playing cricket at the time I got drafted, so
brilliant.
Had to give it up.
Very nice, love it. Share with us your childhood memories you have, the early days of you going to the footy, jumping on the train, jumping on the tram, whatever it was. You're all heading in, you're talking about just mum and dad, I don't know whether, you tell me the circumstance. What was it like for you, going to football games, AFL games, whether it was wherever it was?
Yeah, I remember one of the early memories, actually the Wizard Cup final it was 05, and the Saints won it, so I remember getting on the train to Marvel with mum, and
cool.
What was it at the time, Colonial Stadium or something maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, Colonial,
I remember seeing Lenny lift the cup? So that was an early memory, but just loved memories. It. Always loved going, always had it on the TV, I'd watch nearly every game every weekend if it was on, and just absolutely loved it.
Perfect. Tell us about yours.
Yeah,
what memories do you have?
I had a lot of memories as the Saints. Just remember when I was young kid, me and Dad on the train, handballing to each other on the train and stuff, and then getting to watch. But one of the most St Kilda memories I've ever had was I was sitting in the forward pocket when Brendan Goddard took that hanger in the grand final, and then everyone was like hugging each other. It was like we just survived the war. It was unbelievable scenes.
Very nice. Yeah, I remember it too. It was beautiful. Just a whole family now barrack for who you play for. I ask this because, as you just alluded to, Jack Sinclair, that you've got a sister that was barrack for the Doggies, your old man barrack for Collingwood, was that Carlton? So do they now still have affiliations with those clubs and allegiances to them, or because you now play with St Kilda, do they maybe sway over this way?
No, they were all in on the Saints from the first day, and
Beautiful.
to be honest, it actually surprised me. Like my stepdad was a big Hawks fan, and he'd been to a lot of the grand finals, 70s, 80s, and his family were just mad Hawks. So I was actually pretty surprised how quickly he sort of got involved as well. And they're still awesome supporters. They travel for every interstate game, and they've seen me play in China and New Zealand. Really appreciate their support, and just amazed, how quickly they come across to the Saints.
Yeah, good. And don't just talk about mum and dad. Obviously, that's going to probably be a lay down misère, but what about other friends or relatives, distant cousins? Everyone say, hey, Jack, now that you're at the Saints, we're on board.
Yeah, it's been good. I had me cousin. He's an architect. That's no need to story to say that, but he did. Anyway, he jumped ship. He was a massive Melbourne man. Now he's a Saints man.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
That is very cool. Nice. I like it. Who's been your best mate since you arrived at the St Kilda Football Club?
Mine was probably Jack Billings. He was one of my closest mates since Auskick. So we played footy, cricket and basketball together and went to high school together.
Yep.
So we spent 9 years at the Saints. So that was pretty special. And probably Daniel McKenzie as well. But they're both left now, so I've had to find some new friends this year.
Yeah, right. Do you find you still communicate a lot with both Jack Billings and others?
I still live with Daniel, so we communicate a fair bit. But JB's just down the road as well, so obviously playing at the D's. So always keep an eye on him. Yeah,
okay. What about you, mate? Who's been your best mate since you got there?
I love Hunter Clark.
Okay.
Yeah, mate. That's an inside joke. Dowie. And I live with Nazia and Wang and Matty Allison. So it's really good environment down in East Bentley.
Can I ask, was there a time when you thought, probably for you it might have come out a lot earlier, you've been good mates for a long time, but was there a circumstance where you realised you've got a lot more in common than you actually thought you might when you became mates? Was there a circumstance of that?
Yeah, definitely, because me and Daniel played together at Oakley. 2014, won the premiership together. He was playing school footy most of the year, and I was 19, so I'd already finished school. So he barely spoke all year. Then we won the flag, and we're out often celebrating with all the boys. And I thought, he's actually a pretty good bloke. Like, we get along really well. And then obviously got drafted together, and maybe 5 years down the track, we eventually moved in together, and been really good mates since.
How cool is that? I love that. Come on, what's yours?
Just me and Hans. He's a top bloke. But I've known him since I was 16 years old, and then got drafted obviously Richmond. He was at St Kilda and never spoke. And then when we first came back, got traded to St Kilda, was like we never left.
Wow. And tell me, have you realised that you and Hunts have got a lot in common?
Well, we actually don't have much in common, but we do. It's weird. He's
bit of yin and yang.
Yeah, he's a little surfer boy, like from Mount Martha, mate. Like, throw shackers. And I'm just a boy from Caulfield, so we don't have much in common, but we do. Ebony
and Ivory. Well done. All right, I like it. Excellent. When you were growing up as a kid, did you guys used to get dressed up in footy gear? Like I presume you would have, you're 7, 8 years of age, Saturdays come round, the footy is going to be on, you're getting ready, running around in like St Kilda gear or your favourite team that you supported when you were growing up. Are you doing that around the house? You're playing football around the house?
Yeah, always playing footy around the house. I remember kicking footy and breaking a few lights, and Mum wasn't too happy.
Oh, you've led
That's
me
all right.
into
I paid it back now.
Look at that.
Oh, how good's that? I need that one.
That's good for footy inflatable.
I'll give it to tomorrow when I see it. Sorry, Mum, about them lights.
Yeah, perfect. And there's yours too while we're at it. All right, so you can both go home and kick the bejesus out of them inside the house.
No,
Mum won't scream at you anymore.
No, she still does though, so I don't know how I'm going to stop that.
Very nice. Tell me about you. Are you doing the same?
Yeah, definitely. I've still got photos, like a proper photo shoot actually of me wearing a Saints jumper when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old. So
awesome.
that's framed and in the spare bedroom.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think Mum must have teed that up. I don't remember it, but yeah. And then obviously when I was old enough, I went for Carlton, so a few pics in Carlton jumpers, but that's all right. Hate them now more than anyone, so looking forward to the weekend.
How good's that? seriously, you've got to think, it's a great story to listen to when you think about Jack Sinclair and both Jack Higgins in this instance, that you both loved the club that much. You took the jumper of 35. Robert Harvey, I know, is a mentor of yours. Jack, you loved the club that much. You were doing the same thing. You're lucky with where you lived. You could go across the road and have a kick of the football, but then you get the opportunity to play for the club that you adored when you were growing up as kids. I mean, that's just fantastic. Brilliant stories. Speaking of which, did you used to collect footy cards when you were growing up? And if you did, can you remember when you got your first one placed down in front of you and some kid said, "Can you sign this?" And you went, "That's me."
Yeah, I was a massive footy card operator back in the day. I used to, I remember...
An operator?
Yeah,
All right.
smooth operator.
Pokemon cards?
No, I remember...
Not a collector, an operator.
I remember at school, I reckon I got a Star Wild stolen and I was delivered. The best footy cards you get, and it got stolen. Some kids got me backpack. But yeah, I used to be massive footy card guy.
Yeah.
And when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is mad. Like, I never really dreamt about being on a footy card, but I was like, oh, geez, that means stats on the bottom.
What was it like though when you got presented with one in front of you and a kid's just saying, "Can you sign this for me?" Is it a surreal moment for you, or was it?
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, it's awesome. Like, you used to collect them, now kids are collecting you. So yeah.
And what was your signature like?
Oh, just it's terrific. I got the worst thing because my bank signature and me signature's the same, so I'm probably going to get rorted for money.
Nice, okay. Tell us about you, Jack. Did you used to collect them? And if you did, great. But what was it like when you first saw one of you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really remember getting any signed by any players, but probably more into the Pokemon cards back in primary school.
Yeah.
I'm a bit older than Higo, so that was more my era.
Right.
But yeah, when I first saw one, I thought, yeah, it was pretty weird. And I thought, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough yet to have one. And now I've got them all with the cartoon heads, and yeah, they're pretty scary, to be honest.
Some of those caricatures are a bit over the top. Yeah, I know what you mean. Your first game of footy is a pretty significant one that now is pretty well shared across social media, and it's there for everyone to see. Can you remember when you got told you're going to be playing your first game, both for St Kilda?
Yeah, I do. I think you just came up to me and said you're playing this week. It was pretty much that. But I got a good story if we want to hear about my first game at Richmond.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
It was an absolute balls up. So I've gotten called by the woman at the thing. She goes, "Oh, how many tickets do you want this week?" And I was like, "Oh, why is that? I'm not going to be playing." Like, thinking, I thought it was a strong chance, but I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's like you can get as many you want." Hadn't been told by the head coach first yet, like I was playing or not. Anyway, got a call from Dimmer at the time. I was like, "Oh, mate, you're playing this week." And I was like, "Yeah, the ticket lady just told me." So yeah, biggest letdown in my life.
Nice.
We've had a few of those, but on the other end of blokes getting delisted in the media team saying, "Oh, sorry to hear." I actually haven't been told yet. That person's no longer working at the club, but yeah. And I remember, my first game. Richo just called myself, I think Ahmed Saad and Schneids, or maybe Loans into his office all at the same time, and just said, "Oh, all you boys are playing this week." Loans and I, our first game, and Sadi, his first game after a couple of years off for his band. So, it was exciting. Probably didn't really expect to play so early on my first year, but it was awesome.
Oh, I love that. Can you remember how sore you were the day after your first real hit out? How did you feel emotionally after that experience? We always talk about getting the call up and you're going to be playing your first game, but how did you feel the day after? How sore were you?
I was fresh as a daisy because I was a sub. I only played a quarter and a few minutes probably.
Yeah, right.
I just remember I was just mentally cooked. Like, played under the lights, MCG, like in front of a big crowd, and I just I was cooked. I can't get to sleep after night games, and everyone was going, "Well, on your first game," I respond to everyone, and I hardly don't speak to people anymore, so I shouldn't have responded.
Okay. Boys, there's 720 players in the AFL system. This is a poignant question. You're the best at what you do. In order to be either selected or considered, you have to be either outstanding at your craft or gifted with natural ability. Recognising this is one thing, but being consistent at it is another. There's always pressure around selection. Coupled in with this is form and injury setbacks. This puts enormous pressure on you as a person. What is the one thing you do that keeps you consistent and focused?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's a lot that goes into it, but I think for me, it's more just about managing, sort of what you do throughout the week. Like, there's obviously, you got so many mates, family members, but I think you really just got to weigh out what's important at that time, partners, housemates, pets. Yep. So it's just like, for me, my biggest thing is just game day. So around that time, I just want to focus on the game, and I'm probably a bit of a shit boyfriend, not that chatty around that time, but for me, that's just more about my preparation, trying to get myself up for the game as best as I can. And it's probably taken me a while to sort of get to learn that about myself, but because you can get so caught up in just trying to give everyone so much of yourself.
Yep.
But I think you just got to be smart about the way you manage yourself a bit.
For sure. I actually asked the question, please. I asked the question because of the poignancy around it. When I think about Christian Petrarca at the moment, he's got all this speculation from nuffs in the media that come out and make these wild accusations and speculation about that he could be moving to a different club. It's bad enough that he's gone through the injuries that he had. You've got to remain consistent. You've got to be always in form. But you've also got to tackle injuries when they come your way. And in order to get your head around all of that and be picked for selection is something that must be really intense. I ask that because you went through what you went through with your injury as well, but it wasn't really an injury, I shouldn't say that. But what you went through. Tell us what you had to do to remain focused and want to get back to playing football.
When I had the brain stuff?
Yes.
I think I was obviously in a really bad state for a few months there, and I just remember as soon as I got the brain surgery, I was just like, I just want to play footy, and I put a mark on myself. This was 2019. I put a mark on, I want to play round one next year. I want to play round one next year, and I really had a strong mindset of coming back the best I can be. Although obviously I didn't have a massive pre-season, had to wear a helmet, scrap that, it looks terrific. Yep. But no, I just had a really strong mindset as I want to be the best player I can be, and this is a really good wake-up call, how 1 minute you're an AFL player, next minute it's gone. So
absolutely. And as I say, there's 720 players on the AFL system. You either have to be gifted or talented. You boys have obviously got both. You go out there every week, you want to be consistent. Things like that just come along and you have to be on. I had you on the show, I think you'd only just recently come out of hospital when you were at Richmond. We did a show down at the Sandown Park and you come out and you were really honest about what you'd been through. Can you remember going back to that time, and can you share with the audience what you were feeling like at the time when you were in hospital and what you had to go through?
Yeah, it was horrific. I felt sick. I just wanted it to be all over. I wanted the pain to be ended. I sort of wanted to be dead. The pain was immense. All the people around me. I was in ICU for about 4 weeks. It was just horrific. And then obviously the first surgery went through my groin. The glue didn't stick, and I had to go more invasive second time through my skull. So, I learned a lot from the experience and. I was horrific for one long time. I couldn't see out of my left eye. I was blurry vision for 3 months, and all this sort of stuff happened. But I had some really good support and family, friends, and everyone else around me that sort of led me in the right path. Because at the moment there, I could have gone bit pear-shaped.
It was touch and go. Yeah, it was. I remember when you were saying so. What did it teach you? What have you learned from it that makes you the person you are now?
I've just. A lot. It's taught me a lot over the years. I know over the years, but at that time I thought I took a lot of things for granted. Yep. I've got a lot of respect for the people in the healthcare system. Yep. They're awesome. They do so much work for everyone, and obviously I thought I was a good human being, but it can happen to anyone.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter how much money you got or how poor you've got. It can happen to everyone, and especially when I was at ICU for a long time, I saw people from really fit men and women to really overweight, and they were just hurting and crying, and families coming in saying goodbye. It was just terrific, and I just learned a lot, and I'll never forget that experience.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Put your hands together for Jack. Thanks for sharing again, Jack. I didn't necessarily want you to go back there, but I also think it's just important that people understand what you were actually physically going through and mentally what you were going through. That's why I brought up the Christian Petrarca thing, because that injury, when he went off the ground, he came back on for a little while, and everyone said, what are the coaching staff doing? What are they doing down there? The medical staff, blah, blah, blah. He went off to hospital, and he's now on the sidelines. Now they're throwing speculation around where he could end up. It's like, man, if he hasn't got enough to deal with, just let the boy get out there and play football. Anyway, thanks for sharing, mate. Do you watch a lot of footy on the TV? And if you do, boys, do you watch it with the sound up or down?
I watch it up. I watch about 5-6 games a week, and I watch other small forwards in the league and try to learn tricks from them.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Hope they go like shit.
Very nice.
Yeah, it probably depends on how we're going. If we're up and about and winning,
Yeah.
I'll probably watch a few more than if we're struggling. Don't want to know about it.
Yep. Nice. I know I asked you about your first game, but I want to know about what your routine and pattern was like before your first game. How nervous were you? Whether you want to talk about Richmond, it doesn't matter. It was still your first game. I'm talking about, as I alluded to off the top, you started a new job. You're going to be an AFL footballer, professional level. How did you sleep that night? Okay? Butterflies when you woke up? Eat a nice breakfast? Didn't bother you? Blasé? Straight into it? Cross that white line? Tell us, what was the emotion like for the day?
For the day, yeah, it was awesome. Obviously playing your first AFL game. We had a good story about this. Anyway, so I rolled up to the MCG and I was like, oh yeah, how good's this? Thinking I'm an absolute king. thinking I'm worth $1 billion. So just strutting in there, driving a little Mitsubishi Mirage like he's having a day. Horrific. Nothing against him, we drive one by the way. But I drove in and I remember we were playing against Hawthorn and I was never touched in the first quarter.
Okay.
And I started shitting myself. I'm like, at least I played one game. That's the first thought that went in my head. So, no, it was cool. And then I'm king 2 and the rest is history.
Yeah, wow. So it was a reality check there and then?
Yeah.
Wow. What about you, Jack?
Yeah, it's a bit different because I knew I was going to be the sub, so
Yeah.
a lot of unknown. Like, when am I going to come on? You sort of want to be prepared in case you do come on early. There might be an injury, someone gets knocked out or whatever. And it was really just about waiting until.
Does that make it easier or make it harder?
Probably harder. And I was a sub a few times that year, so I probably got the hang of it by the end. But you just don't know when you're going to come on. What position you might be playing if there's an injury or something. But I was just pretty excited more than anything. Don't think I ever expected to play AFL. So to get there was great. And I was a bit the same. I'm like, oh well, I've got one now. And they can't take that away from me.
Very nice. Before a big game, do you like to be on your own? Do you like your own space? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Are you talkative? Or are you quiet and just like to go through your own routine? What sort of an individual are you as an AFL footballer?
Yeah, I'm definitely quiet, especially around home. I like to sort of have my own space and not be interrupted by other people a bit. But and probably as my career's got on, I think I've had to become sort of a lot louder around like the group and obviously as like a leader now I'm pretty vocal out there pre-game with probably the hour before the game start to ramp that up and whereas back in the day I used to be just quiet and probably just worried about myself a bit but naturally as a leader you have to do more to help other boys and that's probably the growth area I've had but probably one that's taken me a while to get the hang of playing for 10 years now but I look back and go I probably wasn't that good a teammate. I probably didn't give the boys a lot around like energy and trying to pump boys up. So that's probably
Interesting.
a little reflection of early days. Yeah, it definitely changed.
Yeah. Oh, because the next question will lead into that. But what about you, mate? When I just talk about you in the change rooms, are you anxious? Are you nervous? Are you talkative? Are you like Jack Higgins climbing up and down the wall?
Yeah. Michael Jackson. Great album, Off the Wall. Anyway. I when I'm driving there, I'm sort of going, oh, geez, not again. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once I get there, I think things could. What am I like in the change rooms?
He's never any different. You've
only
got one mode.
I'm off my head, pretty much that. So, I just talk.
Is that a nervous energy for you, Jack?
I don't get nervous when I get the game. I only get nervous in the car and I like what it's like. Because then I sort of get in the change rooms like I've been here so many times before and I had that familiarity.
Yep.
That's a word. Yeah, it is a word. I suppose it's all right. Anyway, so I just get, and when I'm there, I'm like, yep, how good's this, game's ended, and it just feels like, especially after a win, you're like, how good's that? And then,
good.
Because you got it over and done with, you know what I mean? Like, I love playing footy, but it's so much pressure leading up to it and all that, so it's good.
Yeah, good. Hence the reason I asked those questions before. As an elite footballer, what is something you want to be recognised for? I don't mean remembered, but just recognised for. Is it a match winner, a leader, a consistent contributor, a reliable teammate, or someone that just always gives their all?
Yeah, probably that last one. Just want to be someone who gives it their all. And I'm not sure you could have said that about me early days of my career, but I'd like to think over the past few years my teammates would be able to say that because really, like I just want my teammates and coaches and the fans obviously to think that and like your family's going to be proud of you no matter what you do. I'll play a shit game and mum's like, oh, you played so well. I'm like, no, I didn't. But, probably just a trusted teammate, just someone who gives their all.
Yeah, good on you, mate. What about you, Jack? Which one would you be?
2-time goal of the year winner, hopefully.
Okay, let's go with that. I like it. Outside of a grand final, what's more important, playing in marquee games or playing footy with your mates?
Playing with your mates.
Yeah.
I don't care when we play, to be honest.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Sunday 4:40, but anything other than that's good.
Yeah, good answer. Great answer, love it.
No, I think playing your mates is awesome.
Yeah.
Because you only have a short time expectancy in the AFL, so playing your mates is always good. But marquee game is pretty good Friday night, Thursday night.
Yeah, I hear you. I was actually thinking marquee games like Anzac Day and stuff like that, but that'll do. Friday night games is good too.
Tuesday night.
Who has impressed you the most down at the club with their work ethic, their professionalism and their mindset? Now, you've been there a while, as you just said, 15 years in the system. When you first come down to St Kilda, who blew you away? Somebody that you had known as a footballer, but now you're seeing them firsthand, the way they train, their professionalism, their mindset. Who's one of those individuals?
You go first.
But you have somebody that when you turn up and you just go, man, they just work above and beyond. They do the extra yards. They're always in the gym. They're taking notes. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, we've got a really strong young group now who are like that, and I'm not really sure who taught them, but they just came straight away and like before they even got to the club, like day one, like Marcus Windhager, Mitch Owens, like they're always just at the club, like in the off season. I'm just like, boys, go on a holiday. Like, get out of here. You're going to cook yourselves. But just, incredibly hard workers, really diligent. Marcus injured at the moment, but with his rehab and, you just can never question the amount of effort and care, professionalism that they put in. It's awesome to see from such young guys, and probably credit to the coaches and experienced players around them.
Absolutely. Had time to think about it?
Yeah, have. I'm just going to copy his answer a bit. But Mitch Owens, he's always at the club, as I said, and he goes in his off days and practices his goals and with the bloke there. So I think he's unbelievable professional.
Yeah, good. Very nice. What's your favourite spot on the ground and distance to kick from when going for goal? Now, I ask this because when I was watching the Olympics, Paddy Mills, Australian basketballer, phenomenal career, and you could watch him with the three-pointer from outside the key. He'd always be able to do it from just about anywhere, but there was always that favourite spot, which was up around the top of the rim. What about you when it comes to goal kicking? Where do you always feel you're most comfortable?
I feel most comfortable when I can snap at my right in like a 15 metre.
Yep.
Bank interest.
Okay. All right. Has there been times when you've got that opportunity and you are running through your head, you know how the little fella on your shoulder gets in
the
you?
dog.
Yeah. And he says, kick, drop, punt, and you go, no, I'm kicking around the corner. He goes, no, kick, drop, punt, and you go, I'm kicking around the corner. Do you experience that?
No, not really.
Okay.
A bit further out I do. Do I go snap or drop punt? But when I'm that close in, I've modelled my game on a lot of really good small forwards, and I used to watch heaps of Stevie J, and he snaps all the time. So when I was younger, I used to always snap it.
Yep. Okay, good. What about you, Jake?
Don't get many set shots, but top of the goal square, that's always good. No stress there. But I kicked a few this year from sort of 45 angle on the right side, the wrong side for a right footer. So I feel like that's my hot zone. Yeah,
good.
If anyone plays NBA 2K, got your hot zones? That's my hot zone.
Yeah, all right, nice. Your skill and natural ability came from where, and when did you first realise you had it?
I guess, mum and dad, both pretty athletic. Dad was a good sportsman, footballer, good on both sides of his body, right foot, left foot. So I feel like that's always something he drilled into me pretty young, being able to kick on my left foot. And definitely sort of 8 or 9 when I could do that pretty well. And Jack Billings was probably the best I ever saw on his opposite foot. That probably really stands you,
that's
a bit
good.
above the others.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Jack?
When I was about 7, 8, 9, around them ages, I remember going down to the goal square, and then me and Dad there'd be random kids in there. It's like, oh, you want to play? And we end up every week having like 25 kids just all around Caulfield playing, coming, and then we'd do one-on-ones, play against older guys, younger guys, and I was going all right. So I think that's where I sort of got a lot of my football craft from.
Yeah, nice. I love it. Fans love it when the key forwards are up and about and on song. How infectious is it on the playing group when you see the boys when they look like they're going to have a big day out, and your key forwards, you're playing, and you're up and about, and you're just like, you just know, you're just on the song. How good is it? It's infectious amongst the playing group. You playing off half back, and you're seeing the forwards. Maybe the question very relevant for you because you're watching it from the other end of the ground. You're seeing that they're up and about. You put all the hard yards in. Hey, mate, I got it all the way from back there up to here. Do me a favour and put it through the big sticks when you see they're on.
Yeah, it's really important, and probably the Essendon game a few weeks ago stands out. I think a few of the boys were slotting them from the pocket, from the boundary line, and you're probably not expecting them to kick it. You hope they do, and it's just like that gives you such a big boost, and it really deflates the opposition because they're probably expecting you to miss as well. But then when you keep kicking them time and time again, it gives everyone a massive boost, and probably went a long way to. And we ended up blowing them out of the water by 50 odd. So it's awesome.
You turn up. Maybe you put the right socks on that particular day. You put the right shoe on first and the other shoe on second, and you just know I'm on. And you go out there and you really perform. How infectious is that? And you can feel it amongst the group.
Oh, definitely. I think not even me, but like when there's a few games where I've played with Maxi and he's just marked him, kicked him, marked him, kicked him, and I think it's a whole group of lifts. I haven't really played midfield or wing or half back. But I can just see everyone, when the big players kick goals, like the whole group lifts and you get a bleed, and it's unbelievable feeling.
Yeah, good.
It's a bit like that on the weekend, to be honest. Like in the second half, just every time we get it, it just felt like every time, we got the ball into the forward 50 that we're either going to mark it and kick a goal or crumb, and he goes putting them through. So it was so much fun on the weekend. Probably haven't experienced that this year, and not enough.
Really interesting point that you bring up. I do these shows fairly regularly, as you know, and I get 2 current day players from each of the 10 Victorian clubs, so I'm always talking about it. One thing that always resonates with me is the players coming back saying we have fun. And as soon as you start having fun, everything else just falls into place. That's why I ask what it's like when you're all up and about and you're all on song, because when you're having fun, the smile's there and everyone just plays outside of their skin. So, good stuff. What's been your most favourite or most enjoyable game this year? For you.
Collingwood at the G round 2, that was awesome.
Yes.
Massive crowd, and it was Thursday night footy. Coming off the loss to Geelong down there in round 1 to bounce back, get that win was awesome. But then probably on the weekend, just the second half, the atmosphere. I don't think we've had anything like it this year.
You felt like you were buzzing, walking on cloud 9 as you're coming off the ground after that performance.
100%. The second half was just so much fun, and we kicked 7 goals in the third and 6 in the last, and after 3 goals in the first half. So. It's good
amazing. Tell us about you.
Probably against Sydney Swans. It was a great win. We weren't expected to win it at all, and we somehow got over the line. So I think we're up. When we play best footy, we're up there the best teams.
Isn't it? It's been one of those seasons, though. I mean, no one expected you guys to get up over the Cats last weekend, and look what you did to them. Bloody brilliant. I loved it. Last couple of questions here, boys. How are you when it comes to flying? You have to do a few interstate games as the year goes on. Do you take a pillow? Do you take headphones? Do you take a streaming device? Are you someone that likes to be just left alone? You get enough leg room? Or do you ask Sandy if she can move you to an overwing? How's it work? What's going on?
I try to get Sandy to move me to business class, but she's never on my flight. I just take my iPad, headphones, and just watch YouTube. Music videos from the 80s or 60s, or whatever.
Good.
The Beatles.
Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates.
There you go. All right, beautiful.
Man-eater.
Jake, what
I've had a few business trips this year, actually, as you get older and a bit more experienced. I guess you rise up the pecking order, and normally the business is saved for the tall boys, but I've found myself up there recently, so I must be doing something right. I'll just take the headphones, maybe watch a movie or something like that. But we sort of have like a rotation of who sits next to Ross. So he's like, he's either 1A or 3A, and then B, C, D, E, F. It's every 3 or 4 flights I'm sitting next to him. So it depends on his mood, what he's like. He can be very, very chatty. He'll just tell stories the whole time, have you in stitches, or analysing the game, and
right.
Wondering what to say to him.
I just got this vision of like everyone, sticks behind Ross's hand, and whoever gets the shortest one gets to sit next to him, and you can see everyone pulling it out, and they go, "Oh, thank God!" And then the person that pulls out the small, "Oh, good, great." Sit next to Ross.
Sometimes it's great value. Other times he puts the headphones on, so you're in the clear.
You know not to go. Hey, locker room energy, boys. It's something that can be infectious. Who is the player down at the club who thrives on this? Who brings that much excitement and vibe to the locker room? Who would that be?
Liam Stocker likes to bring the high octane, as he calls it. But probably Higo, just like day to day, you just hear him laughing from wherever.
Okay.
You hear him in the spa, down the hall, like, righto, he goes in there and he's got the boys having a laugh, so he's always good to have around.
That'd be you then?
Oh, yeah, claim it.
Yeah, good. Claim it, brother. Well done. The siren has gone. You're trailing by 5. Which player do you hope has got the ball in their hands to help you win the game?
I'm not just saying it but Sinks, yeah, he's a pretty good kick.
Nice.
And he does rate his goal kicking. He used to be a small forward. Don't forget about it.
I did. I'm pretty happy I'm not a small forward still. But probably Tim Membry, I reckon. Yeah. Played with him a long time, but
Nice.
super reliable set shot. And he's been kicking them beautifully the last few weeks. As has Rowan Marshall, actually. He's been slotting them.
Yeah, Rowan's a good call. Yeah, I agree with you. You've taken the mark on the boundary line inside the forward 50 and the opposition fans are giving it to you over the fence. How much of what they are saying are you using as motivation or stimulation? And how good is it when you see the ball sail over the goal umpire's head for a 6-pointer? What is then your first reaction?
I could say something, but I'm not. I don't know, maybe just a bow or something.
That'll do.
Yeah, probably just a little look back and a wink, maybe. I don't know. You can't do much these days. You get in trouble.
All right. This is good. You've just kicked a team lifting goal. You look up on the big screen and you see the replay. And you happen to look at that particular moment and you're in a full-blown, full-body muscle flex. Is there a moment when you look at it and go, that's not bad?
Every time I look up. I do some really weird stuff, as I said before, but I always randomly pull my top up. Just have a look at me rig. It's real bad. It's still sloppy.
We saw it in the review yesterday. We were just listening to some of the commentary, I think, and might have been the third, or maybe the fourth, actually, after a big contest. Machito and Tim come flying in from the side, and Higo Crumb kick the goal, and then the camera's on him, and he's just walking back like this, lifting his shirt up, and I don't know what he's doing, but I'm like,
it's hard because you want to see what you look like on TV, and you're looking down, and you're like, yo, I just keep looking. You don't want to look around and go, yeah, gee, that's pretty good.
Oh, I love it. You walk into a pub or you walk into a bar and the footy is on. At what point are you conscious of the fact that that is actually what you do for a living?
as in your game's on or just a different game?
It's your pub, your bar, your time.
Probably just want to turn it off, to be honest.
Yeah?
Depends, yeah. Go to the pub, you just want to hang out, don't you? Not watch the footy. If I want to watch the footy, I'll do that at home.
What if it is, say it's a qualifying final, a preliminary final, and I'm just not being facetious, but you've just gone in there to watch it. Are you going in? You're going in to meet with friends. Are you watching the footy though, and then you're conscious? That's actually what I do for a living. Is there a moment like that?
Like my mates are footy mad, so they're always watching the footy, and often we'll go somewhere and it might be on. So sometimes I might watch it, other times might sit with the back to it, and the other boys can watch it.
Yeah, I got it. What about you, Jack? Anything there?
Yeah, just I'll watch if it's on, but I'd rather watch the rugby league or something.
Okay, but you do watch 5 or 6 games every weekend.
Okay. It's called KO, mate. Have you heard of it? Double screen.
Don't mind like a sports bar, and you've got the AFL, you got might be soccer on, and horses for Higo.
I get it. I was watching the races. Don't bother me. If you had to comment on each other's playing style or speak of each other's key attributes, what would you say about each other? Jack, what would you say about Mr. Higgins? And Mr. Higgins, what would you say about Mr. Sinclair?
I'd say he's an extremely hard worker. I didn't know much about him before he came to the club, but played on him a lot, like over the course of a few pre-seasons, and very dynamic, runs really hard, and just really smart player. So really hard to play on, and marks it beautifully overhead for a small fella. Yep. Which probably not many small forwards do, but has become a real good player.
Nice, very nice.
I'm not a small fella. I think we're the same height, mate. So, but just think she's just a leader. How many BNFs you won? Yeah, 2 or 3, whatever. Maybe 3 this year. But just a very, very, very good player. Star of the competition, classy, silky, and you know where's alive. Rely on him.
Well, well said. There are confidence players that thrive on the big stage and totally soak in the atmosphere. In your opinion, who is that one player at the club that plays their football like that? Confidence player and thrives on the big stage, but totally soaks in the atmosphere.
Probably Steely, I reckon, has been
Yeah.
our best performer. And
Okay.
I think of some of the finals we played recently. Last year, I reckon he was our best player against the Giants. And then 2020, he nearly won the Brownlow that year. So,
Yeah.
probably Jack Steele. I reckon he lives for the big moments and he always gives us a lift.
Yep, good.
Mine's probably Wilkes. He just gets the job done every week. No qualms.
Great answer. Yeah. Geez, talking two champions there at the St Kilda Football Club. When you're giving away the signed kids' footies at the end of the game, what are you looking out for in the crowd?
I'm just looking out for just probably the youngest kid, or a kid who reminds me of me when I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, good. Yeah, nice. Nice. Perfect. Well said.
I'm looking out for someone who's not like too aggressive and
Yeah.
like give it to me. No,
Yeah.
I want someone who's a bit more humble.
Yes.
Who's just sitting there patiently
Yeah.
waiting, and you get a footy.
Beautiful. Nice answers, boys. I like it. I like it. What is your reaction when you see a kid with your number on their back?
Probably think it's halves.
That's why I use the term kid, because they're too young now, so
Still
it's
think
all
it's
about
halves.
you.
No, it depends on the hairstyle.
Yeah.
Then
Depends on the
that'll determine.
hairstyle. Yeah, okay. Jake?
Yeah, I don't see mine much, and if I do, I say, is that for Tom Hickey back in the day?
No, it's for Jack Higgins. Which club did you dislike the most when you were growing up?
Probably Essendon for me. As mainly a Carlton fan. Probably Essendon, Collingwood.
Yep, okay.
Probably, Freo, too far away.
Yeah, okay. Good enough reason. Who is the AFL club that you like to beat the most? I'm talking about you as a St Kilda footballer. Which club do you like to beat the most in the AFL?
Mine's Richmond.
Yeah, right.
All the boys there, everyone's basically gone since I was there. It's pretty weird. It was only, 4 years ago, but all the boys I play with always give it to me, so I love kicking goals on them.
Yeah. The crown is being handed over. Grimesy gone today. He's gone, and obviously you talk about Dusty gone after his career, and Jack and Trent. Yeah, it's been tumultuous, unbelievable. What about you?
Yeah, probably Essendon and Melbourne. For whatever reason, a lot of my schoolmates go for those two teams, and they're always banging on about how good they are, but I don't think you are.
Yeah, nice. All right. On the count of 3, don't look at each other. Look anywhere else you want in the room, but give me your answer at the same time. That means same time, synchronicity, right? Which club, on the count of 3, which club has got the most feral supporters? 1, 2, 3.
Port Adelaide.
North Melbourne and Port Adelaide. Wow. Okay. North Melbourne. I didn't think
I got no supporters.
North Melbourne's an interesting one. I didn't think there were enough. But anyway, that's good enough. Thank you, boys. Please put your hands together for the boys. Well done, lads. Thank you very much. No, you can hold the applause for that. It's just the intro, but thank you anyway. All right, here comes your questions. How many VFL, AFL Grand Finals has the St Kilda Football Club played in? Alex?
7.
Yeah, I'm going to take 6 or 7 because you played twice in the 2010 Grand Final. So you're off the mark with 1 point. Well done. Who was your team's captain?
Jacob.
Jacob.
What's his name? Steele.
Yes, Jack Steele. Very good. Who wears the number 6 at the St Kilda Football Club?
Jacob.
Jacob.
No. Bloody, what's his name?
Tick, tick,
I
tick,
come
tick,
unprepared
tick,
here,
tick,
Tamer.
tick, tick. Buzz. Jacob.
Alex.
Alex.
Don't I get the points?
If you answer the question, you will.
Seb Ross.
Yes, well done. There you go.
Go.
All right. Closest to within 1,000, how many members does your club currently have?
Jacob.
Jacob.
60.
60,000, that'll do. Not well done, Saints guys. 60,332 as of yesterday morning. Brilliant. Where did St Kilda finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year?
Jacob.
Jacob.
9th.
No.
Oh, what? No. No, it's 8. Shit.
Just an answer will be fine.
That's yours, Alex.
6th.
6 is correct. Well done. Thank you very much. How many games did you win last year at the end of the home and away season?
That looks like you, Alex. I reckon. Jacob.
Jacob?
Here we go. It's 12.
No. Whoever said that is right. Do you want to have a go?
I'll go with 13.
Yeah, you'd be right. Well done. All right, there it is. 13 is correct. This is for 2 points. Player and goals. Who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2023 and how many goals did they kick? You guys do barrack for St Kilda, don't you?
Yeah, no, we do. It's just...
Alex,
Alex.
I'll go with... I'm going to have to go with Tim Membry.
Wrong.
No, you'd be wrong.
No?
Jake?
Jackie, you go over here, wasn't it, eh?
Well, it was him. How many goals for the other point?
Oh, mate. No, we'll take one. No, because I just got 2. That was for 2.
Just the points will do, boys. Just the points.
Oh, that's your
Spit 'em
king.
out. What are they?
The points?
Yeah. How many points? How many goals did he kick? That's all I want to know. For another point.
How many goals did he... Jeez, how many goals?
I'll go with 38.
You were so close. I'm just glad I got something out here. 38 is incorrect. Did you want to have a go?
Ah, it's 35.
No, it was 36. Bad luck. You both missed out. Woo, love it when that happens. All right. Out of these 3 players, who has kicked the most goals, the most amount of goals at the St Kilda Football Club? Is it A, Stewie Lowe? Is it B, Stevie Milne? Or is it C, Nick Riewoldt?
Jacob. Melanie.
No.
I'll go with Roo.
You'd be right. 718 goals to be exact. Well done. You got the points. Turn it over, Jack. Well done. That's all right. I'm trying to keep score, get them in line, read questions. Jeez, help me out here. Who was the last St Kilda player to win a Norm Smith medal?
Alex.
We'll rock, paper, scissors for that if you want. You know? Oosh, oosh, oosh. Oosh, oosh, oosh. Oosh, oosh, oosh.
Lenny Hayes.
Yes, and the year?
Well done.
And what, sorry?
And the year?
2010.
Beautiful.
Well done.
Only get 1 point. Good on you. That's good enough. This is for 3 points, though. Player, year, and votes. How many votes, what year, and who was the last St Kilda player to win a Brownlow medal?
Jacob.
Yes.
Halves.
Keep going. There's 3 points in there.
2006. 2005. 2006, 5.
Just an answer would be lovely.
Yeah, so 2005 it is.
You'd be wrong.
98.
Yes.
And
Votes?
Votes, I think, was 32.
Yes. Well done. You get 2 points, you get 1. All right. What year did your team last win a grand final and who did they play?
Alex.
Jacob.
Alex.
66, Collingwood.
Well done. 1 point. How many points did you win that grand final by?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Point.
1 point, correct.
Interesting,
How many premierships has St Kilda Football Club won?
Alex.
Jacob.
Alex.
1.
1, correct. Out of these 3 players, who has played the most games in the history of the St Kilda Football Club? It is a multiple choice question. Is it A, Nick Riewoldt? Is it B, Robert Harvey? Is it C, Nathan Burke?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Berkey.
Who?
Burke.
Who?
Nathan.
Nathan.
Burke.
Burke. No.
No, it's close, so I'm going to have to go with halves.
You'd be correct. Well done. What do we get? Total score of 11 versus 5. You are simply the best. Well done. Congratulations both to Alex and Jacob. Jacob, congratulations to our Simply the Best winner. You've just scored yourself. What, you're just going, are you? That's it? Hang around then. You have just scored yourself a set of Yamaha TWEF3A earbuds valued at $99. Okay? That's courtesy of Yamaha. They're yours. All right, well done. And you don't go home empty-handed. I've got a little That's Good for Footy memorabilia sports bag, right? And there's 10 grand cash in that, so enjoy it. Hope you have a good time. Thank you very much, boys. Well done. Thanks for playing. While you're at it, you've got to check this out. That's Good for Footy, in conjunction with Sony and the Big Picture people, is giving some lucky individual, listen to this, Jack, this is bloody awesome, is giving some individual the chance to win the ultimate grand final prize pack. The grand final prize pack is a Sony 75-inch TV LED XR TV model 75X90L valued at $3,495. This competition will run from 6 p.m. Friday the 9th of August until 6 p.m. Friday the 27th of September. The grand final pack can either be delivered to or picked up by the winner. The winner will be acknowledged both on That's Good for Footy Facebook page, plus receive a phone call and an email from That's Good for Footy. That's me. The T's and C's are on the That's Good Footy website, and it's only open to Victorian residents. Go to www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au/win to enter. All this is with thanks to Sony and the Big Picture people. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy. All right. I want to have some fun with you boys. I'm just going to do a couple of random questions. We're going to see where you go with this. It's a little segment I like to call Would I Lie to You? All right, no cheating. And just be honest, it's all about you, okay? Have you ever Googled yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, good. Do you watch replays of games that you feature in?
Maybe, depends how I go.
If we win.
Okay, all right. Would you get a hair transplant if you were starting to go bald?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Have you ever said, do you know who I am when lining up at a nightclub?
No.
No.
No, okay. Have you ever put mayo on a footy story to make it sound better?
Always.
Absolutely.
Have you ever bought a present for someone else, but it was really for you?
Yeah.
Probably.
You're lying
Probably.
if you say no.
Okay. Have you ever re-gifted a gift that was given to you?
Always.
Don't think so.
No? Okay. Have you ever pretended to be on the phone to avoid a conversation?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, okay. All right. You sounded like, yeah, okay. I reckon you have. Are you on social media more than 4 hours a day?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Someone annoying is talking to you and they have parsley stuck in between their teeth. Do you tell them?
No.
Depends who it is.
All right. You get upgraded at an event, a restaurant, a hotel, or business class on a Virgin flight because someone thinks you are someone else. Do you say anything or just go along with it?
Take it.
Roll with it.
Last question, boys. Have you ever worn headphones just to avoid being stopped for a chat?
No.
Yeah.
That was them being honest. Thank you. Put your hands together for them. Well done. All right, it works like this, boys. You're going to have 45 seconds on the clock. You'll go one at a time. In that 45 seconds, I'm going to read out the player jumper number of each of the current players at the St Kilda Football Club. If you don't think you know the answer, simply just pass, and we'll go to the next one. 45 seconds on the clock. We want to see how many you can get right. If you only get less than 5, don't go to the club tomorrow, okay? No, you should be all right. So we're going to test you. 45 seconds starts now. Sammy, you're going to be keeping score. As soon as you hear me say, yes, 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 you just start flipping it over. You're going to get a sure shoulder because Jack's very confident, okay? All right, here we go. Here comes your first one. Time starts now. Number 10.
Mitch Owens.
Correct. Number 22.
Darcy Wilson.
Correct. Number 2.
Marcus Windhager.
Correct. Number 25.
Pass.
Mateus Philippou. Number 4.
Lance Collard.
Yes. Number 28.
Tim Embry.
Correct. Number 32.
Mason Wood.
Correct. Number 6.
Seb Ross.
Correct. Number 8.
Brad Hill.
Correct. Number 1.
Jack Higgins.
Correct. Number 11.
Hunter Clark.
Correct. Number 33.
Ben Patton.
Correct. Number 12.
Max King.
Correct. Number 14.
Liam Stocker.
Correct. Number 36.
Riley Bonner.
Correct. Number 15.
Paddy Dow.
Correct. Number 19.
Rowan Marshall.
Correct. Number 20. I'll give it to you.
Howard.
Dougal Howard. How we go? 15. Wow. Well done. Good on you, Sammy. Very good. I love it. That's a good score. That's a very good score. Thank you, Sammy. You did a really good job. Guess what, Angus? You're up. Okay, you ready to go? Jack's not, so we're just going to have to see how we go here. You'll be right. So, 45 seconds on the clock. Your time will start with your first one. Angus, you get ready to start flipping. All right, here we go, my friend. Your first one starts now. Number 5.
Brett Crouch.
Correct. Number 21.
Zane Cordy.
Correct. Number 7.
Naz. No, Zoe means Malira. Too long name.
That'll do. Number 23.
Pass.
Liam Henry.
Yeah.
Number 35.
Him. Sings Jack Sinclair.
Correct. Number 3.
Zach Jones.
Correct. Number 9.
Steely. Jack Steele.
Correct. Number 26.
Pass.
Josh Battle. Whoa. Oh, hello. Number 29.
Jamie Webster.
Yes. Number 34.
Tom. Pass.
Hugo Garcia. Number 16.
Dan Butler.
Correct. Number 38.
Tom Campbell.
Correct. Number 44.
Wilkie.
Callum Wilkie. Finished up the score of 9. That's not bad. Actually, it's pretty bad. But it doesn't matter.
You gave me easy ones.
You
I wanted the hard
guys
ones.
were fantastic. I want to know that we don't have any losers or winners here. We just have runners-up. And you're both runners-up because you're both going to get a That's Good Footy merchandise pack, okay? That's for you both. Well done. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Angus. Thanks for participating. Well done. All right. It is a footy panel show, so we're just going to talk a little bit of football nice and quick. The boys don't have to comment too much because, you know, that's just how it is. Let's talk about it, though. Saints' form for season 2024. 12 losses, 10 wins, sitting 13th on the ladder. Your next game, round 24, last game of the year. This one is at Marvel Stadium against the Blue Baggers. It's on Sunday afternoon at 3:20pm. No doubt you'll be going all out to cause an upset. With the season being what it is, anything can happen. This is a game. Go out there and flog them, man. Seriously. Just sign off the season and go, hey, it is what it is, but geez, we gave that last game a red-hot crack. Play the second half of last week's game for 4 quarters. Smash them, all right? You agree? Yeah, good, thank you. Each week I read out what I think the coach might say in relation to where he wants to see improvement. Plus the game style and the brand of footy he also wants to see. It normally goes something along these lines. Hunt, chase, protect the corridor, take on every opportunity, apply pressure both on the ball carrier as well as the scoreboard. Make your tackles stick and be effective with your ball use. Most of that sounds pretty, stock standard. The reason I bring that up, because that's exactly what you guys went out and did on the weekend. So tell us, why can't you play that brand of footy you dissed up on the weekend against the Cats? And more consistently, it was direct, it was quick-paced, you had good ball use, you used the corridor, and you applied both pressure on the scoreboard and defensive pressure. That's what that second half of football was like, and it was bloody awesome to watch. I was asleep in the second quarter, and I got up and I was jumping around the lounge room to watch that second half. It was that bloody good. So, how good was it? I know that we've already spoken about it at great length about how much you loved it, but what is it? Like, what happened? What clicked? What cannot happen like that all the time?
Yeah, well, I think at half-time, one of the biggest messages was to get our centre bounce going. I think we were 1-8. We were down 1-8 at centre bounce, and I think they kicked 3 goals in a row out of centre bounce in the second quarter, just as we sort of got the margin back to two goals. They kicked 3 pretty quickly, so that was a big focus at half-time. But, I think it's the game these days. It sort of swings and, in momentum, and, you can never sort of be too far behind, it seems. We're down by, 5 goals, but, sort of no panic, and, it just seems like things kind of clicked in the second half, whether we clearly got our centre bounce going, and then just our contest work, our run, and, sometimes it takes, 3 or 4 quarters to break your team down, and, like Richmond, I feel like last week it took us probably 3 quarters to get a hold of them, and I think it's just the nature of the game. We're a really strong running team, and teams haven't really been able to go with us in last quarters. So sometimes it's you just got to wear them down a bit, and it takes a while.
Absolutely. I play devil's advocate. I have to ask the questions. They give me the answers, all right? That's where this thing plays out. You're a recruiter for the St Kilda Football Club. What sort of player profile are you looking at wanting to bring into the club for 2025? Is it a non-baller, or what sort of a player is it?
Yeah, probably a non-baller. I think that's probably a major area that we probably need to improve on, because it's just our stoppage work. But yeah, it's a non-baller.
I had a look at this from the weekend. They're sitting second on the ladder. Horn Francis, Rosie, Butters, Wines. Right, you're talking about a lethal combination of 4 on-ballers that have done their best to get Port Adelaide where they are this season. Don't forget they were asking for Kenny Inkley's head halfway through the season. He did an interview at the end of the game. He was nearly in tears himself because it was that stressful for him. You get that engine room running. St Kilda's got everything else that it pretty well needs. As I said, Wilkie down back, and you've got the likes of your forwards and yourself up is there. That's something that you'd probably be wanting to be focused on. That's why I asked that question. If you're a recruiter, what would you want to bring in? And you've said it'd be an on-baller, which is great. Tell us what your mark out of 100 you would give for the 2024 season for the Saints.
Is a 50 a pass mark? I don't know, just under a pass. I think obviously not making finals is, we really wanted to back up last year, but I think in a lot of ways this year we've seen a lot more growth than last year, and it was awesome to make finals last year and have a home final, but I feel like this year we've been challenged so much, and I feel like the group's really responded the right way, and a bit of a funny year, a lot of travel early, and we've had 7 of our last 8 at Marvel and sort of found some form, so we're probably just a bit behind the 8 ball early. lost a couple of close ones, which we sort of managed to win last year, and
Okay.
I think we lost 5 games by less than a kick. So yeah, I think we're around the mark. Yeah, but obviously disappointing to be where we are.
2 quick questions. How would you rate the season out of 100?
Yeah, probably like Sinks, probably like 55 out of 100.
Okay.
Like obviously it's disappointing not making finals, but
Yeah.
I think inside the club we've seen a lot of improvement for a lot of different players, and we've had a few injuries this year, and players have stepped up. We probably
sure.
wouldn't have had the gig otherwise.
Yeah. It's a long season, boys. Round 0, way back when it was round 0, before it was round 1. Round 0, gather round, travelling interstate, buy rounds. It's a bloody long season. What and who is your pick for the grand final, and who would be your flag favourite, looking at it?
That's a great question. I'd have to say Sydney.
Sydney?
Sydney, if they get 2 home finals,
Yeah.
and then I reckon they play at the MCG.
That hurt you to say that, didn't it?
Nah, it didn't hurt me to say it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Nah, but I think Sydney.
Yeah, okay. What about you, Jack? Who would you say?
Probably Brisbane, I think, at the moment.
Okay.
Obviously, a slow start to the year, but they've really found some form and sort of peaking at the right time of the year.
Okay.
They gave us a flogging the other week, so I think, they'll be right up there. But then, like look at teams like Sydney, Giants, Doggies. Their best is very, very good. So, it's hard to know, hard to pick, but that's why it's exciting.
Okay, nicely said. As I said before, go out on the weekend and give it a red-hot crack. Good luck on the weekend. Enjoy your break. You'll be back early in the new year. Don't get too complacent. You'll be back early in the new year to build a massive pre-season. Thanks for being on the show tonight. Thanks for the season that you've done. Thanks for the fans. Best of luck on the weekend and enjoy it. All right? Thank you, boys. Put your hands together for them. Thank you. I need to let you know that we're going to be doing other shows. They may not be of interest to you because you are St Kilda fans, but you may have friends that barrack for other teams. So I need to just tell you, if you'd like to be part of the live audience at any of the That's Good for Footy panel shows that we do, get onto the website, which is www.that'sgoodfooty.com.au/events. The next That's Good Footy panel show is here, August the 29th, at the Mulgrave Country Club. It's Collingwood show with Bo McCreary and Jack Crisp, all right? There also may be a show on September the 4th, but it depends on, how this weekend's football goes, and then I'll determine whether we're going to do one or not. But then we are back here on September the 11th to do a Hawthorn show with Mubby Old Chol and Cal Shadir from the Hawthorn Football Club. And then on September the 18th, we're back here at the Mulgrave Country Club for an Essendon show with Jai Caldwell and Harrison Jones. So if you'd like to get along to any of those or tell your friends about them, please do. More people that come along, the better it is. You can only get your tickets through the That's Good Footy website. Last thing that I need to do was just say thanks to Sam, my sound guy, and the lovely Sandy. Could you please put your hands together for them? There's only 3 of us that do these shows. A lot of you might look at us and go, yep, it looks like it. Or a lot of you might go, only 3? That's fantastic. Well done. We love doing it either way. I told you if you wanted to get your photos, you'll go into the That's Good Footy Facebook page. They'll be up there later on tonight. If you have to go home and go to bed. They'll be there in the morning. They're not going to go anywhere. When you wake up in the morning, they will be there. Can I please ask you to now thank Jack Sinclair and Jack Higgins from the St Kilda Football Club. Great to have the 2 boys along tonight. Fabulous. Guys, pick up your microphones. I've bloody loved having you back on. Thank you both for responding as quickly as you did and said, yeah, Damo, I'm in. I'd love to come along and do a St Kilda show. You've done a couple before. We did one St Kilda show previously and a couple of Richmonds. Great to have you back. Glad that your footy's going well. Loved it. Tell me, boys, did you have a good time? Would, if I text you again, you come back on?
Yeah, mate. That's why we text you back quickly, because we love it.
Yeah, beautiful. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, Damo and Sandy and everyone runs a good show, and the fans unbelievable. And it's good having a few laughs.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Jack. Really appreciate it. You guys have been great ambassadors of St Kilda Football Club. Good luck on the weekend. Go out, as I said, smash them. Have a really nice end of the season. I just need to say now, my name's Damien. Thank you very much for attending That's Good for Footy panel show. We hope to see you again real soon. Maybe in 2025 there'll be 300-400 of you at the next show. How good would that be? But you've been watching the That's Good for Footy panel show. My name's Damien. Thank you guys, and cheers and good night. Thank you very much.
Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it time. every night.